All right, I'm going to call to order the Tuesday, February 11th, 2025 Planning Board Zoning Board of Adjustment meeting for Flemington Borough. This is an in-person and virtual meeting is called pursuant to the provisions of the Open Public Meetings Act. Both adequate and electronic notice of this in-person and virtual meeting has been provided by way of publication in the Huntsville County Democrat and Korean newspapers on or about January 23rd, 2025 and January 19th, 2025. In addition, notice of the meeting was posted on the door of the Borough of Flemington Municipal Building located at 38 Park Avenue and any handicapped accessible entrances there too. Posted on the municipal website, provided to the municipal clerk and distributed to all persons of any requesting copies of the same. This meeting is being recorded with both audio and video and may be rebroadcast. This meeting is a judicial proceeding. Any questions or comments must be limited to the issues that are relevant to what the board may legally consider in reaching a decision, and decorum appropriate to a judicial hearing must be maintained at all times. Right, rise as you are able, please hold the flag salute. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, Eileen, could you call the roll call, please?
Yes. Mayor Carroll?
Here.
Ms. Fasaro?
Here.
Mr. Campion is excused. He's probably out getting ready to plow or salt.
Nice.
He's gonna have to wax.
Ms. Giffen?
Yes. Here.
Mr. Hill, I saw an email from him just recently, but he didn't say if he was coming or not. So I guess we can wait.
We'll let you know.
Ms. Weitzman?
Here.
And actually, Karen, did you want to announce the resignation of Mr. Semino?
Well, I was gonna do that on my neighbor's comments.
Okay. Ms. Swingle?
Here.
Mr. Shob?
Here.
Mr. Schlenger?
Here.
Mr. Dashna?
Here.
Mr. Eckel?
Here.
Mr. Hain?
Here.
Ms. Kaczynski?
Here.
Mr. Clerico?
Here.
And Ms. McManus and Mr. Trapman are excused.
Thank you. All right, item one is time for public comments for anything not currently on the agenda. Anybody in the room who wish to make a comment? No, I don't see any. One with a raised hand. If you're online, if you wish to raise your hand, if you wish to make a comment at this time. All right, seeing none, we will move rapidly on to item 2, mayor comments.
A couple of things. Number one is, as Eileen said, Brian Semino did submit his resignation to me and the clerk last week. I'm sorry. Citing that he wants to focus more on his work. So he apologized for leaving us, but I'm glad that he, is doing what he needs to do for himself. Last night at the council meeting, I did make the following appointments. I moved Justin Schlenger up to full voting member to fill Brian's unexpired term. I moved up Mr. Dashna to alternate number 1 to fill Mr. Schlenger's unexpired term. Don Eckel to alternate number 2 to fill Mr. Dashna's unexpired term, and Mr. Hain to alternate number 3 to fill Mr. Eckel's unexpired term. I did not name an alternate number 4 at this time, but I will be in the future. The other thing I just wanted to let the planning board know was that Robin Lapidus from FCP, the Flemington Community Partnership, apparently has finished the inventory that was requested. It is with Council President Tony Parker. He received it, I believe, today or yesterday. He's a trustee liaison to the council, actually to the governing body. To the FCP, he wanted to take a look at it and make sure it's exactly what everybody's expecting before turning it over to the planning board. So we should have it, I would say, by next week. But he does have it, so that's it.
Good, that's good to hear. Thank you very much. Item 3, council comments, please.
I have no comments this week.
Okay. Item 4, HPC comments. Wait. I went automatically to look at.
The one week I have no comments.
Oh.
Our meeting's next week.
Oh, well, that's a comment in itself. Meeting next week. Nice to see you in person then. Not even just in Jersey, in person.
Yes,
Awesome.
glad to be in Jersey.
All right, professional reports. Cara, do you have anything professional?
I can report that the attorney for Catalyst reached out and apologized for not responding previously, said that she was going to follow up with the engineer. She knew that he was making some changes to the drawings, hopefully to resubmit to the board. She was going to check in with him and circle back. So at least we know someone's alive, someone's focusing on it, and hopefully we'll hear something soon.
Perfect, we'll look forward to that. Mark,
Me
you
too.
Bob, do you have anything other than?
No, nothing.
No, and as the planner and traffic engineer are not here, I guess we don't have a report from them right now. So let's move straight on to item 6, approval of minutes from the January 2025 meeting. Eileen, the agenda says reorganization meeting, but I just want to make a note that the January 28th wasn't the reorg meeting. Just for the notes, so the minutes are not of the reorg meeting, they're of the January 28th meeting. They were distributed. Does anybody have any comments on those? I know some people sent some things to Eileen in the meantime. Anybody, anything else they didn't send to already? Okay, then can I get a motion to approve those minutes, please?
So moved.
Second.
Oh, so Melissa is second and the mayor moved.
Is there anybody that can't vote?
Yes, no, everybody was. Is it?
The only person who wasn't
Anybody-
there was Brian, was the only one.
Okay, so everybody that's here is eligible. So could you call the roll on that, please, Eileen?
Mayor Carroll,
Yes.
Ms. Swingle,
Yes.
Ms. Fusaro,
Yes.
Ms. Giffen,
Yes.
Ms. Weitzman,
Yes.
Mr. Show,
Yes.
Mr. Schlinger,
Yes.
Mr. Dashna.
Yes.
Mr. Eckel.
Yes.
Can I say, Eileen, just before we move on, I appreciated your use of the word that I took umbrage. I was like, oh, I like that word. Yeah. That's annoying.
Yes, it was a great word.
I know, I appreciate it. Then we'll move right on to item 7, Cara. This is the resolution HBC Liberty Village Urban Renewal LLC. The resolution is ready and it's been through all the professionals, right, Cara? Everyone's redlined it over and over, right?
Yep, the resolution is ready. It's gone through all the professionals. Jeff did put his final ink on it, and there's a couple corrections we'll be making on the record. Typos for the most part. Page 7, Stangle and Lone Eagle, the spelling needs to be corrected. Page 19, Stangle Road, again, in conditions 15 and 16C needs to be corrected. Page 20, Stangle spelling in condition 20. And 25, the date of resolution adoption, since that changed a number of times, I need to change that to tonight's meeting. So with those changes, we're ready to rock and roll. Unless anybody else has any thoughts, comments, questions.
Anybody got anything they didn't already send in? We're just on that. No, then that's good. We seem to be happy.
Wonderful. Thank you, everybody, for all your help.
To see George happy would be,
Soon, I think I will be.
He looks relatively happy. Right, I don't know.
I'll bet he's very happy.
It's that Florida sun, I guess, isn't it? So, Cara, next step then, if everyone's happy, we need a motion to approve the resolution.
Correct.
Who's eligible to vote for this, Eileen?
Yes, Mayor Carroll, Ms. Fusaro, Ms. Giffen, Mr. Dashna, Ms. Weitzman, Ms. Swingle, and Mr. Shob are all eligible. Mr. Hill and Mr. Campion are not here.
I'll move to adopt the resolution.
I'll
As
second.
written. Yeah, okay. So that's Mr. Dashna move and
Thank you.
So, second. Can you call the roll on that one then, please, Eileen?
Mr. Dashna,
Yes.
Mr. Shob,
Yes.
Miss Mayor Carroll?
Yes.
I can't hear her. Okay. Ms. Fasaro? Ms. Giffen? Ms. Weitzman?
Yes.
And Ms. Swingle?
Melissa?
I heard it.
Yes.
Thank you.
Right, I'll make those changes, add in the vote, and I'll send that over to Eileen for signature.
George just looked at the clock. I think he's like saying, yeah, the bulldozers are on their way. So,
Do I just remind me, do I need to sign it too, or only the town?
No.
Town sign.
Just,
Okay, great.
and I have the notice of decision prepared. I was going to send that tomorrow, and we'll send it to the Courier News because the Hunterdon Democrat is no longer publishing in print.
Yep.
So,
Yeah, the sooner we get those out, the better. That's a good idea.
so, Kara, just refresh my memory. How long is the estoppel period now starting?
I think it ends March 1st or the end of this month, if I'm not mistaken. I don't have my notes on it here, but that's when they stop publishing, and then I think the end of March, is
that's
the
my
end of
question.
the estoppel period.
The estoppel period.
Yeah, I want to say that's the end of March. I'll double check.
no, I think she meant the estoppel period for after publication. What's the
The
period of
estoppel
time?
period.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm
like,
thinking
block
you're
or-
talking about how long we have for publication, because that's been on
No,
everybody's mind.
I'm asking about if anybody wants to file any.
So 45 days from the date that it's actually published. So Eileen, if you send that in tomorrow, it would be published when?
Probably on I would say the 14th.
Okay, all right.
Possibly,
So,
I don't know what the Courier News generally is. It might be on next Friday.
okay, so 45 days from whatever date it's actually published.
Okay,
If she gets it in Friday, it's March
we're all gonna
31st.
hold our breath.
Yeah, I'll send it first thing tomorrow.
Great.
Thank you. I'll check.
Sorry about that. You can see where my head is.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Stay
Drive
safe tonight.
See you next time.
Is it gonna be next time?
I hope not.
Me too.
I'm in the
There is no more about it. Bye.
You know, you gotta just.
You
All
say,
right.
you say this, and then like, they're gonna drill a test hole, and then we're gonna have to come back and do it again.
You're not.
Attempted finish by someone.
I just wanted to like let her, there's always,
Councilwoman's knocking.
there's always the threat of,
On the wall here.
there's always the threat of, somebody taking an action against a development like this, but to me, that wasn't why I was asking. I was asking because the contract we have, everything kicks in 30 days after the estoppel period ends, is when George starts giving the borough money to pay down our debt and do infrastructure work, so I care about.
What is that term?
It's estoppel, ESTOPPE.
Stop that.
That is the period in which somebody can bring an action against him to stop him.
Yeah, they can appeal the decision of the board.
So we can't break ground until that period.
No, he can do whatever
He
he
can do
wants.
whatever he
at
wants.
risk.
At risk, that is
He's at risk,
Yeah.
but once he's past 45 days, he's not, that's his
Right.
call.
He'll have that date on his calendar and his champagne.
I'm putting the date on my calendar too, because, yeah, plus 30 days, exactly.
All right, excellent. Let's move on to item 8 then, which is the resolution for the Hunterdon County Democratic Committee. We don't have that yet, and we have to push that to next time.
Yep, that's correct. We have the minutes. I've started preparing it already. I'll have it for the next meeting.
Thank you. That means I get to move to item 9 already. Just saying, 7:14. Right, item 9 is completeness for Nova Domus LLC. So I need to promote, or Alan, can you do that? We'll need to promote Mr. Grunberg is online. I offered for him to be up online.
Yeah, I already did. I'm just wondering if there's anyone else that needs to be.
Kara, is that a D variance? It's not, Bob's saying it's
Steve
not,
does.
okay,
Steve.
okay.
It's
I
Steve.
just wanted
Yeah, I'm
to-
sorry,
No,
I'm
I don't believe
recused
it
from
is.
this one, Mayor,
Next-
but I don't believe so.
Thank you.
That's a C variance for Whitlock.
Okay, thank you.
Alright, so Cara's recused from this one, we're going to, we've got to do this one by ourselves. Steve, we're on the.
You have weird captions under people's names.
Well, that's the, do you mean which weird captions?
Want me to handle this
No, I
one?
think-
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes,
so,
please, so, well, does he need, do we open or does he open on this one here? And it's completeness.
It's
is where we
completeness.
start. Okay, so there's
Can
been,
you slide the mic down so the remote?
Yeah, make sure I'm gonna let Bob lead us on this one and where we are with completeness.
Okay, so the applicant made a submission for a variance, essentially it's a variance application, it's a duplex on undersized in terms of width of a lot. That's the gist of the nature of the application. I did a report on January 30th outlining a number of items, outlining what was submitted, identifying a number of items that were incomplete, advising the board of what waivers they would need to grant or waiver they would need to grant, or that was being requested that I was recommending they grant, and identifying a few other items that would be helpful for the board to process the application. That was on the 30th. On the 7th, the applicant made a revised submission to address some of the comments raised in my report. I reviewed that yesterday and issued an updated email. Eileen indicating the number of items that have now been addressed as part of that, leaving a couple other open questions. It was one of the items was to be submitted. The applicant made another submission today, providing that supplemental information. So essentially, we're just down to the one item they're asking for a waiver. I did know one of the documents they submitted, it was revised, but it didn't have a revision date on it. That's not a major issue, but it's just noting that we have a document that says it's revised, but we don't know what date it was revised.
And the applications for the water and sewer.
Technically, that
That's
wasn't
done?
on our checklist, that's not really a
Right.
requirement, but I did suggest they do it. They did do it, but they used a very outdated form. I advised them on it yesterday, they're using an outdated form. They say they're going to resubmit. They don't
Okay.
want to hold anything up because of that, and
Right.
technically, it's not a requirement, so.
No, it's
Not-
just
not a
something that we'll
complete-
be, we'll be asking for at the hearing.
Did submit the revised water and sewer forms this afternoon at Borough Hall when I was there, and they submitted the application checks for both of those as well.
Okay. So basically, I think all you have to do tonight, I don't know you have to take any actions on items that I said were previously incomplete because your action is taken tonight. And those items are now, I'm telling you now, those items are here. So I believe the only thing you have to do to deem it complete is grant the one waiver, unless Steve wants to chime in and tell me something to the contrary. I believe all you have to do is grant the one waiver for item 11D.
All right, Steve, over to you.
Thank you for allowing me to appear virtually, and maybe someday Mr. Shob and I will be in the same room.
Thanks, Steve, you missed your chance, yeah.
Mr. Clerico is correct. The only action really needed from the board this evening is a motion to grant the waiver for with respect to item 11B, because we have a letter of no interest from the DOT, and to deem the application complete and give us a hearing date. We're looking forward to presenting our application. I have Mr. Nusser here just because he's a good guy and is available to answer any questions, but we really are essentially deemed complete and ready to go.
Okay, on that note, does anybody on the board have any queries for either Bob or Mr. Grunberg on this?
Just Bob, real fast, 11D is what? Because I don't remember the new one anymore off the top of my head.
11D
Yeah,
is.
thank you.
Jeff, I really thought you were gonna memorize this in 36
It's
minutes.
Site easement.
Any
Site
issue?
easement, yeah, site easement, right.
Site easement for,
Site triangle easement associated with that item.
and Jay didn't weigh in at all on this, right?
We don't have, I don't think we got a report from
No,
Jay.
Not yet, right now. It's a state highway. It's the situation where that's that Parker Avenue right away in there where the site easement would be it would be 30, 40 feet from the edge of the road. So I'm not even sure a site easement is required, but
Okay.
there's 30 or 40 feet of their driveway that's in the highway right away. They can't put a site easement
Right.
in a highway right away, so.
Okay.
So we can just make sure that that part of Jay's report at here, when he does that, it really speaks to that.
Yeah.
item, that I'm doing the waiver, for that.
Yeah, Mr. Troutman's been provided with the filing with the entirety of the application.
Right. And I know I'm anti-waiver, but this seems like a small waiver. This is going forward with just one item that should be easily accessed, or we can cover with Mr. Troutman's report at that time. It's
Like
not like
anywhere,
it has
during
to
the
be
course of the
25
hearing,
waivers.
if something comes up where you feel you're not waiving necessity, but you're just waiving it for completeness purposes.
Right. Anybody else have thoughts on that though, please, from the board? Everybody feel great? Okay. Then I'll need a motion to deem this application complete for the purposes of MIL.
I'll make a motion that it's complete.
You know, it's just, all these things.
With the one waiver.
With the one waiver of 11D. Was it D or B? Because somebody said
D is in boy.
D.
D is in
D.
dog.
D is in dog,
11D,
because I thought Mr. Grunberg said B is in boy.
that's why.
No,
I
it's G.
D is in
I,
dog.
I may have said B as in boy, but it is 11D is
D is
in.
in dog, okay.
D. Right.
We have a second?
Do we have a second for that? Anybody feel like?
I'll
seconding?
second.
Thank you. Who was that?
Hannah.
Thank you. All right, can we call the roll on that then, please, Eileen?
Mr. Show?
Yes.
Ms. Weitzman?
Yes.
Mayor Carroll?
Yes.
Ms. Fasaro?
Yes.
Ms. Giffen?
Yes.
Ms. Swingle?
Yes.
Mr. Schlenger?
Yes.
Mr. Dashna?
Yes.
Mr. Eckel?
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you all very much. I don't think we can notice for the 25th, but are we okay to notice for March 11th?
Well, let me say, in principle, yes, but in practicality right now, Mr. Grunberg, no. And it's because our attorney, Ms. Kaczynski, is conflicted out of this one, and we still, as right now, do not have alternate
We're working on it hard.
attorney for that conflict. So I don't want to promise a date right now. And the 11th is not our date, by the way, Mr. Grunberg. The first one would be the 18th in March. I think that's the first one that we can practically be ready for.
You're not doing the 2nd and 4th in March?
Because the 11th is, there's a special election in the town, and they have the building, so we couldn't have the building. So we moved ours to the 18th on our notice dates.
I can't do the 18th, actually.
Okay, some people can. So then our earliest practicable will be the 25th then.
Of March.
Yeah,
That's not great either, but I can do that one.
and we're making every effort to have alternate council ready, and we'll keep you appraised of the situation as soon as we have. As soon as we have someone we can fully notice, right?
Yeah, what I'd ask permission to do is to actually notice for March 25th. And then if you don't have an attorney in place by that time for a conflict, then we can make an announcement and continue it to another meeting without further notice. But I'd like to at least get the notice done and get moving on that matter, if that's okay.
That's fair, and I appreciate your understanding of our situation that we're trying to work on. To get
Right.
you.
So I do have permission to do the 25th for a notice?
Yes,
Great. Thank you all very much. Safe travels if you have to go anywhere tonight.
I'm not going too far, but stay safe, yeah, and keep shoveling
Thank you.
and have fun with that. Thank you, see you next time.
Good night, all.
Aye.
Wow, we are flipping through here. All right. Item 10, resolution for the 2024 annual report that we discussed at the last meeting. Anybody have any further comments on the report other than what we had last time?
I know we wanted to make sure that the two statements accurately covered what we discussed. So everybody take a look. If I need to tweak it, we could tweak it on the record. But I tried to capture everything in a specific and general sense if if I could accomplish that. So let me know what you think.
I don't remember
When did
seeing
we-
the resolution.
When did we get that resolution, Eileen? Because I don't remember receiving
I don't
it.
either, I'm like glad everybody else is saying.
I'll be
that.
honest with you. When did that go out? Because I must have,
Was it not you?
I don't remember seeing it. Did it go out just after the last meeting, Eileen, or was it more recent?
Just take yourself off mute, Eileen.
She's looking, I think, first.
She's-
Yeah, I don't see.
Yeah, I thought I sent that to everyone. I'm just looking at my email.
Yeah, if it came, nobody read it, so, we may have to put that to the next meeting, unfortunately.
Yeah, my apologies.
Right. Okay, well, if we can send it now, and then we have to.
I've got it here on the 5th. So Eileen, I'll shoot this over to you. And then you can shoot it over to everybody.
Okay. Well, I know it's already on the 5th, so I'll forward that now.
Okay. All right. Yep.
All right, well, we're gonna move that to the next meeting then. And everyone can check it.
All right. So if anybody has any questions, concerns, let me know ahead of time so I can, either come up with some other options or, try to address whatever thoughts somebody has.
Exactly, we will. Sorry for that confusion there. All right, then we'll move on to item 11, chair items. All I've got is that the next meeting is February 25th. Right now, we don't actually have much on there, do we? Was there something, no, there was something that came in today, Eileen, that you said, would that we put that on the agenda, but I can't remember exactly what that was.
Yeah, it was an extension for Captiva.
Oh, yeah.
And their approvals.
All right, so there's that, and then the annual report. So again, we might be able to do a nice, quick meeting.
Yeah,
Committee-
we'll have the resolution, hopefully, for 111 Main Street.
Yep.
Possibly a conflict attorney appointment, hopefully.
Yeah.
And then,
Some odd items will be
And the
there.
annual report. Okay.
right.
And I know that the committees haven't got going yet. I will be working on that. We'll get working on that soon. Other than that, anybody else have anything they want to raise in this item? It's like, it should be board items as opposed to chair items. Did everybody got anything they want to raise? No, okay. Item 12, the bills, they were distributed about 5 o'clock today. Hopefully I had a chance to look at it. So if I can have a motion to audit the bills. Sorry, love.
Second.
Second.
Sorry, Hannah, too slow.
She can have it if she wants it.
Sorry. All right, Eileen, can we call the roll on that, please?
Was the first Adrian?
Yes.
Yes, thank you. All right. Ms. Fasaro,
Yes.
Ms. Weitzman,
Oh,
Yes. Oh, I got it. Yes.
Mayor Carroll,
Yes.
Ms. Gibbon,
yes.
Ms. Swingle,
Yes.
Mr. Shob,
Yes.
Mr. Schlinger,
Yes.
Mr. Dashna,
Yes.
and Mr. Eckel.
Yes.
All right. Item 13, Cara, do we have any need to go into executive session?
Hold on. We do not.
Yay! Item 14, have a motion to adjourn
This could be a
the
record.
meeting.
Do we want to give Karen the record or are we just gonna hold out? No. I make the motion.
Congratulations, Karen.
All in favor?
Ah,
Aye, thank you very much. Safe drive home safe.
Good night, everybody.
7:29.
Thank you.
All right, let's pause the recording now.